Hello everyone, I am Jyotishree. I am one of the peer mentor of the Data Visualization Techniques course. In this video, I am going to discuss about the topic of vector fields. By the end of this video, we can understand what is a vector field, what are the use of the vector fields, what are the applications of the vector fields, and what are the different algorithms and the techniques involved in this vector field visualization. Now let's start the topic. First of all, what is a vector field? Vector field means it is a three-dimensional representation of the data and a magnitude. That means it represents it even represents the fluid flow. It also offers a way to visualize functions whose input space and output space have the same dimensions. And it also offers the results of the fluid study when examining the derivatives like change in rate of change or some quantity. Coming to the representation of the vector field, it is for any unit vector I bar, the I bar represents the unit vector in the x direction, and j bar represents the unit vector in the y direction, and k bar represents the unit vector in the z direction. This is how we can represent a vector field. Coming to the different classifications of visualization techniques in this vector field, the vector field classifications are mainly divided into four types. One is a direct classification, second one is text-based classification, and third one is a geometric classification, and the fourth one is a feature-based classification. Now let us understand what each type of classification exactly is. Coming to first one, direct classification. In this direct classification, it gives the overview of the vector field in a minimal computations. For example, graph mapping, Gaussians, etc. And second one is a text-based classification. Text-based classification mainly covers the domain of the domain which involves a texture like noisy data, LIC, SIA kind of things. And third one is a geometric classification. This geometric classification involves a discrete object whose geometry reflects the flow characteristics. For example, streamlines, path lines, straight lines, etc. And next one is the feature-based classification. This feature-based classification involves both interactive and automatic feature-based techniques. For example, flow energy, flow topology, etc. Coming to different vectors, different vector algorithms which are involved in order to visualize the vector fields. Now let us discuss what are the kind of algorithms, what are the different visualization techniques which are involved in the vector field visualization. First one is a divergence. What is a divergence? For any given vector field, V maps from R cube to R cube. It is a divergence when V equals to V of Vx, Vy, Vz is a scalar quantity. That means if V is a flow fluid that transports mass, then divergence of V will be equals to the derivative of V of x by derivative of x plus derivative of V of y by derivative of y plus derivative of V of z by derivative of z. That means the characters which it characterizes the increase or decrease of the mass at a particular given point in the vector field in a unit time. And this divergence is divided into three types. One is a positive divergence in P, and the second one is a negative divergence in P, and third one is the zero divergence in P. What is a positive divergence at P? That means in this positive divergence, it spreads the mass from P to outward to the space, and in the negative divergence of speed, it gets sucked. The P gets sucks the into it. And next one is a zero divergence at P. It in this zero divergence, there is a no spread, neither spread or a suck of mass will be happened. That means without compression or expansion, the mass is transported. This is how the divergence works. And next one is the vorticity. What is the vorticity? That means for any given vector field V maps from R cube to R cube, the vorticity will be equals to V of x, V of y, V of z. And it is also called as a call or rotor in a vector quantity. And coming to this is the formula of the vorticity. And the vorticity rot of B is a vector field that is locally perpendicular to the plane on rotation of B and whose magnitude expands the speed of the angular rotation of B around the rod B. Hence, the vorticity vector characterizes the speed and the direction of the rotation of a given vector at every point. Sometimes this rod B is also donated as a core V. Next one is a difference between this divergence and the vorticity. This can be clearly visualized by this picture. In this, the first picture represents a divergence of a 2D vector field, and second picture represents the vorticity of the 2D vector field. Coming to the next, vector color coding. What is the vector color coding? Vector color coding means it is a simple visualization techniques to produce a visualization to use how to use the vector color coding. Similar to scalar color mapping, vector color coding associates a color with every point of a given surface on which we have to define a vector dataset. The color is used to encode the vector orientation and direction attributes. In every distinct point, this corresponds to a large angle of color wheel. That means the red is representing the 0 degrees, magenta represents 160 degrees, blue represents 120 degrees, and green represents 240 degrees, yellow represents 300 degrees, kind of things. In addition to this, the vector magnitude can be encoded as the luminance. And the long vectors results in a full color, whereas the shorter vectors represents as a black color. Next one is, this is an example of the vector color coding. The first and the second pictures represents the orientation and magnitude orientation of the vector color coding. Next one is wrapping. What is wrapping? Wrapping means it is a vector data is often associated with motion. The motion is in the form of either a velocity or a displacement. Any effective technique for displaying such vector data is to wrap or to deform geometry according to a vector field. And for example, imagine representing the displacement of a structure, like under load by deforming the structure. The wrapping technique should also be used as a casual application with our mind. For example, if you have taken this picture, here the wrapping technique is used, and the first picture is wrapped into different shapes. This is how the wrapping is visualized in a vector form. And next one is the displacement plots. What are the displacement plots? A vector displacement on a surface of an object can be visualized with displacement plots. And this displacement plot shows the motion of an object in a direction perpendicular to its surface. That means the object motion is caused by applied vector field. Like it is in a typical application, the vector field is a displacement or a strain field. The main use of this vector field application is a technique to study of the vibration. Coming to the examples involved in this displacement plots, these are the two examples which involves a displacement plot. The first and the second example represents the displacement plot with a color map. Next one is a time animation. What is a time animation? The main idea involved behind this time animation is to move the points from along the vector field. Basically, the particle is adverted at every point in the direction of a vector field at that location, and this at that location, beginning with sphere S centered about some point. For example, if you have moved from S repeatedly to generate the bubbles below. See, if we have looked at the picture, the initial position is at this place. If we have moved continuously, the bubbles are being generated, and there is a time animation until they reach a final position. This is how the time animation is represented in the vector field. Next one is the streamlines. What is a streamline? We have seen that step size is a design parameter. Hence, we have to choose a step size in such a way that a line is formed. For a static vector field, a vector field doesn't change over time, and an integral curve results in a streamline. There are different types of integral streamline curves exist. One is the path lines, and second one is the straight lines, and third one is the streamlines. Now let us understand each of these integral curve in detail. First one is a path line. What is a path line? Path line means it is a line traced by a given particle. This is generated by injecting a dye into a fluid, and the following path is produced by photography or other means. Then this is an example of a path line. Here different colored paths are produced individually from a particular particle. So this is how the path line is represented in the vector field. And second one is streak line. What is a streak line? Streak line means it concentrates mainly on the fluid particles that have gone through a fixed station or a point. At some instant of time, the position of all these particles are marked and a line is drawn through them. If you have seen this example, it from one particular position, all the particles are moved in some direction, but a line is drawn from one particle to another. This is called as a streak line. Next one is a streamline. What is a streamline? Streamline means it is that one of the tangential line to a velocity vector at every point in the flow of a given instant, and it forms a powerful tool in understanding the flows. That means it satisfies the equation of the divergence. This is how the streamline is represented. Coming to the applications, different applications of the vector field visualization, there are actually many more applications which are involved using this vector visualization topic. First one is the motion of fluids. Motion of fluids means, for example, glass, liquids, or kind of things. And second one is the geometry boundary conditions. Third one is velocity flow fields. For suppose v of x comma t. Next one is the pressure, which is represented by letter P. And third one, next one is the temperature, what vorticity, and delta change in velocity. Next one is the density, conservation of mass, energy, and momentum. Navier-Stokes equation, computational fluid dynamics. All the most of the physics fluid topics are related to this vector field visualization. So finally, what I want to conclude that there are many different applications related to this vector field visualization, and which each of this application and the problem related to this vector fields can be clearly visualized using the different vector field algorithms which were discussed earlier. So this is the brief information about what is vector field, what are the uses of the vector field, and what are the main applications of the vector field. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you.